જગ્યા રાખતા હોય છે.
Namaskar. Brother Justice S.H.Vora, Judge High Court of Gujarat, family members of Honorable Justice S.H.Vora, my esteemed sister and brother judges, Shri Kamalbhai Trivedi, Learned Advocate General, Miss Manisha Laukumar, Learned Government Pleader, Mr. Mitesh Amin, Learned Public Prosecutor, Devang Vyas, Additional Solicitor General, Mr. Prithviraj Singh Jadeja, President, Gujarat High Court Advocates Association, Mr. Hardik Brahmbhatt, Secretary, Gujarat High Court Advocates Association, learned senior advocates, learned Registrar General and other members of registry, members of the bar, ladies and gentlemen. I feel extremely proud and honored to present this farewell address of distinguished legal luminary, Honorable Mr. Justice Satish Hemchandra Vora, Judge High Court of Gujarat. Justice Vora was born on 30th May 1961 at Bhuj, Kutch, in the family of a lawyer. His father, Sri Hemchandra Nyalchandra Vora, is a lawyer by profession, and mother, Dayaben, was a housewife. Justice Vora completed his schooling in Gujarat Law Society, GLS, Ahmedabad, and graduation from MS University, Vadodara. He took LLB from Law College, Bhuj. After graduation, Justice Vora got enrolled as an advocate with Gujarat State Bar Council on 19th February 1987 and started practice at Bhuj, Kutch in civil court along with his father Sri Hemchandra Vora. He practiced on civil and revenue side there. While practicing as an advocate, Justice Vora was directly selected and appointed as Judge, City Civil Court, Ahmedabad on 12th February 1997 and took charge as such on 17th February 1997. Considering Justice Vora's expertise in IT, he was officiated as Registrar IT in the High Court of Gujarat on 27th March 2006 and continued as such till 13 July 2007. Justice Vora presided over CBI Court as special judge, and he was nominated as designated judge to conduct trial on Naroda Gam case. Justice Vora was appointed as Principal Judge, City Civil Court, Ahmedabad on 4th May 2011. Justice Vora was elevated as Additional Judge of this High Court on 12th November 2012 and confirmed as Permanent Judge on 10th July 2014. After elevation as a judge, within a short span, Justice Vora proved that he is fearless, hardworking, and disciplined, but a kind-hearted judge. The legal acumen of Justice Vora is appreciated by all associated with justice delivery system. Compassionate but assertive approach of Justice Vora can definitely be cited as an illustration to be an ideal judge. Justice Vora was appointed as Chairman, High Court Legal Services Committee, where the function of revamping of panel of advocates of High Court Legal Services Committee was done in the most effective manner. Throughout his distinguished career as a judge, Justice Vora has delivered many landmark judgments which have immensely contributed towards the growth of procedural and substantive law. However, time will not permit me to provide the details for all. Few of them are in the judgment of the case of Manishaben Goswami versus State of Gujarat decided on 5th April 2021. The learned trial court proceeded directly to frame charge against the accused without following the provisions of section 226 and 227 of Code of Criminal Procedure. In the said case, learned trial court was directly to call upon the special public prosecutor to open the case as provided under section 226 of the code and to follow further procedure as provided in the section 226 to 228 of the code. Next is the judgment reported in AIR 2014, Gujarat at page 117 in the case of Sanjay Kumar Thakurbhai Nayak versus Navsari Oil Products Private Limited. In the said case, since the plaintiff did not pay the balance price as stipulated in the agreement to sell, nor did he establish that he was ready and willing to perform his part of contract, the trial court declined to grant injunction, restraining the defendant from transferring, assigning, leasing, or mortgaging of the sued property. Said order was confirmed in the appeal before the High Court for failure to show prima facie case or balance of convenience or irreparable loss. Another judgment is delivered in the case of Rabari Nagjibi Maneklal versus Neelam Ben Upendra Bhai Shah it is a reported judgment. It is a case where the court has granted mandatory injunction by holding that in rare and suitable case, non-granting of mandatory interim relief would rise to tendency of snatching possession illegally. Yet another decision is in the case of Ghanshyam Bhai Dhirubhai Barvalia versus Rasik Bhai Dhirubhai Ambalia, reported in AIR 2017, Gujarat at page 164. This was an appeal filed by the subsequent purchaser under the provisions of Special Relief Act 1963. Dismissing the appeal, it was held that where there is a prior agreement of sale, burden is on the subsequent purchasers to establish existence of two conditions. That is, he must have paid full value of the property and in good faith, without notice of prior contract, in order to see that his right prevails over prior agreement of sale. I must say that Justice Vora has rendered all possible assistance that the institution expects from a judge in discharging his constitutional obligation, and he shall be remembered for his positive support in all court-related activities. Justice Vora was part of standing committee along with me and has always contributed a lot in the decision-making process. As a judge of this court, his contribution to the cause of justice will always be remembered and cherished. Finally, time has come. Justice Vora is demitting from office on 29th May 2023. But it is said that retirement is not the end of the road. It is the beginning of the open highway. I extend my best wishes to his beloved family members, Mrs. Vora Kalpanaben, who is a homemaker, two sons, Jay and Rishi, with their family settled in Mumbai. I, on my behalf and on behalf of my all sister and brother judges, wish him good luck in his future and wish him an active, healthy, and long life. Thank you.
Honorable the Acting Chief Justice and all the Honorable Judges of the High Court of Gujarat, learned government law officers, President and other office bearers of our High Court Advocates Association, distinguished gathering of the legal fraternity of the state, Registrar General and all the other registrars, members of the Registry of the High Court of Gujarat, family members of the Honorable Mr. Justice S.H.Vora, and invited dignitaries and guests. We have gathered here today to bid farewell to His Lordship, Honorable Mr. Justice S.H.Vora, who has always been a wonderful judge for those who have had the good fortune to practice in his lordship's court. On behalf of the bar and the legal profession in the state, I associate myself with the profound feelings of affection expressed by his lordship, Honorable the Acting Chief Justice, on this occasion. In my view, the measure of judge's greatness lies in the respect he commands from his sister and brother judges, from the members of the bar who practice before him, from the members of the public who look up to his lordship for protection of their rights and liberties, and from the staff which works the machinery of the court. It may not be out of place to say that Justice Vora has earned respect from one and all. As referred to by my lord, born on 30th May 1961 in Bhuj, Sri S.H.Vora got lessons of law from childhood itself, from his father, Sri S.H.Vora Vora, a renowned senior lawyer from Bhuj, Kutch. After completing schooling from Ahmedabad and graduation in commerce stream from MS University, Vadodara obtained degree in law from Law College, Bhuj. His lordship enrolled with the Bar Council of Gujarat on 19 February 1987 and started practicing in the areas of criminal, civil, and revenue laws with his father, and soon thereafter established himself as a formidable lawyer. On 12 February 1997, his lordship was directly selected and appointed as judge, City Civil Court, Ahmedabad, and worked as such till 26 March 2006, whereafter his lordship came to be appointed as registrar, Infrastructure and Information Technology in this honorable court from 27 March 2006 till 13 July 2007. His lordship also presided over as a special judge of the CBI court, and on 4th May 2011 was appointed as the principal judge, City Civil Court, Ahmedabad. We were fortunate enough to have his lordship as a judge of our High Court with effect from 12th November 2012, when his lordship came to be elevated as an additional judge and was thereafter confirmed as a permanent judge on 10 July 2014. It is really commendable that all throughout the judicial career, his lordship has demonstrated sincere exposition towards judicial work, adhered to utmost dignity and decorum in judicial conduct, and adopted a calm but no-nonsense approach of dealing with the members of the bar while granting patient hearing to one and all, and especially the junior members of the bar during the span of over a decade as judge of a High Court. It is said that on an occasion like this, it is pardonable to purvey a few hyperboles. But I would like to be frank to say that in giving farewell to Justice Vora, we do not deal in hyperboles. We are only stating that behind the known assuming and resolved face of his lordship, one discovers a learned and balanced judge, an expounder of real and practical justice, with a remarkable attitude of calling a spade, a sincere and sensitive human being with full courage and conviction. His lordship's contribution to our institution on the judicial side has been invaluable, which bespeaks in form of various judgments rendered practically in every branch of law, which is legion. At this juncture, a brief reference to some of the important judgments, in addition to those referred to by my Lord Honorable the Acting Chief Justice, handed down by his lordship, Justice Vora, would be really apposite. In case of Chandubai versus Ramniklal Nathabai, reported in 2016, Volume 4, GLR 327, his lordship ruled that while exercising the powers under Section 151 of the Code of Civil Procedure, 1908, the court cannot exercise its inherent powers and permit the plaintiff to reopen the stage of evidence for examination of the plaintiff, even when examination of his power of attorney holder who dealt with the suit transaction on behalf of the plaintiff has already been done, since permitting such an act would grant the plaintiff an opportunity to overcome the lacuna in his case. In case of M.M. Qureshi versus District Magistrate, reported in 2021, Volume 2, GLR 904, while interpreting the provisions of Gujarat Prevention of Anti-Social Activities Act 1985, his lordship held that neither the possibility of launching a criminal proceeding nor pendency of any criminal proceeding is an absolute bar to an order of preventive detention. But the failure of the detaining authority to consider the possibility of either of these two eventualities may lead to a conclusion that the detaining authority has not applied his mind to the vital question as to whether it was necessary to make an order of preventive detention. In case of Ramnik Bhai v. Kyada versus Bhupat Bhai, Thumar, decided on 14 June 2023, it was held by his lordship that when the factum of payment of part sale consideration alleged to have been made in cash is seriously disputed, then in that case, the appellant is required to demonstrate as to where from the said amount was borrowed or to show as to from which bank account the same was withdrawn, and a failure to do so would frustrate the grant of an injunction. In case of Vasava Jantibai versus State of Gujarat, reported in 2021, Volume 2, GLR 3288, while interpreting the government resolution dated 17th October 88, His Lordship observed that for granting pensionary benefits to a daily wager whose services are confirmed after 10 years from the date of initial appointment, the entire length of service from the date of initial joining is required to be reckoned, considering the provisions of Section 25B of the Industrial Disputes Act 1947. As referred to by my lord, the list is unending. One may keep on going. Shri Satish Bhai is a family man, and at home front, he is being looked after by his wife, Srimati Kalpana Ben. Both are proud parents of two versatile sons, an elder one, Shri Jai Bhai, and the younger one, Shri Rishi Bhai, who both are the products of Indian Institute of Management, Ahmedabad and Bengaluru, respectively, and are settled with their families in Mumbai. However, what is worth noting is that amongst the family and close friend circle, Shri Satish Bhai is considered to be the friend of a friend who is always available in good and bad times. A great admirer of nature, a fervent gardening explorer, a passionate traveler, an ardent lover of Gujarati cuisine, His Lordship staunchly believes in Jainism and never minds to be called as a son of Kutch where he was born. Before concluding, let me borrow for his lordship as to what was once said by a great philosopher and yogi, Sri Aurobindo Ghosh, in the year 1898, at the time of taking up the assignment of professorship in English literature in Baroda College, administered by Maharaja Gaikwad, on the eve of retirement of his predecessor, Professor Harold Littleden. I quote, "As you reach this time in your life, may you find joy in remembering your past accomplishments and happiness in pursuing your old and new passions." I end quote. On behalf of the legal fraternity of the state, as well as on my behalf, I take this opportunity to wish His Lordship a peaceful and meaningful life with robust health and unfading enthusiasm. Thank you very much.
A very good afternoon to all. Honorable Justice A.J. Desai, Acting Chief Justice, High Court of Gujarat, Honorable Judges of the High Court of Gujarat, family members of Justice S.H.Vora, learned senior advocates, and my esteemed colleagues at the bar. Today we have assembled here to offer a warm farewell to Honorable Mr. Justice Satish Vora, who is considered as one of the finest judges by the members of the bar. Farewells are usually sad affairs, but today's proceedings, which have restarted after a gap of around 12 years, are meant to share honor and appreciate Justice Vora's career, convey our best wishes and express gratitude to His Lordship on behalf of the members of the bar who desire to say something on the steadiness, humility, integrity, hardworking, fairness, and uprightness of His Lordship. When the judiciary is struggling hard to bear the mammoth challenge of rendering justice and remain true to the expectation of the public at large, with its minimum strength of judges, today we are going to experience a major jolt in bidding adieu to one of our most loved and respected, our very own Justice Vora Sahib. A man with never disappearing smile, soft in speech and gentle in nature, and deadly focused. He is the true depiction of his name, Satish, that is Satyavatta Ish Satish, the meaning of which in Sanskrit is God of truth. Sir, every lawyer who appeared before your lordships always felt at home and never felt uneasy in the courtroom. It is due to your hard work, diligence, adhering to the professional ethics and ability to hear patiently that has gained the trust of the members of the bar who considered you as one of their own. Sir, you have been a very fast judge so far as disposal is concerned. What I have heard from your staff is that before leaving for home, you used to complete all your daily work and not leave office till all orders are signed so that the same are uploaded on the very same day. Your good behavior with the staff and courteous nature to all advocates in court shall be remembered for long. Sir, your excellent command over the minute details of each matter and disposal-oriented approach whereby you used to dispose the matter once started hearing, either granting or refusing reliefs and not lingering on with the matter was something light and appreciated by one and all at the bar. On a lighter note, while speaking to one of the young advocates about his experiences in your court, happily the response came, વોરા સાહેબે પાસા મેટર્સ ખાલી કરી નાખ્યા અને મેક્સિમમ બેલ્સ આપ્યા. Sir, you are a living example which teaches all of us that sincerity, honesty, and perseverance in one's work life always gives great results. One thing I can surely say today is that in these last 11 years, what you have done to all of us, especially the junior lawyers, it shall remain in our hearts for all our lives. We shall not forget it ever. The Bar Association and lawyers shall always be grateful to you. Presence of huge number of junior lawyers today in the bar room was a proof of the same when you had visited all of us. Sir, you have inspired a generation of lawyers with your judgments, court conducts, and guidance to juniors. On the eve of your retirement, I am happy that now you will get more time to spend with family and friends. I wish you good luck and all the very best to do those things which you desired the most but could not do so due to your professional obligations. On behalf of the Gujarat High Court Advocate Association and so also on my behalf, I wish you a long and healthy retirement. Thank you very much.
Honorable the Acting Chief Justice, Shri H.J. Desai, my learned brother and sister judges, Mr. Kamal Bhai Trivedi, Learned Advocate General, State of Gujarat, Mr. Bitesh Bhai Amin, Learned Public Prosecutor, Ms. Manisha Ben Lav Kumar, Learned Government Pleader, Mr. Devang Vyas, Learned Assistant Solicitor General of India, Learned Senior Counsels, and Learned Advocates of the Bar, Mr. Prithviraj Jadeja, the President, High Court Bar Association, Learned Registrar, Officer of Registry, Staff of Registry, my wife Kalpana, beloved sons Jay Rishi, daughter-in-law Sonam and Chitra, and my respected Barbies. At the outset, I am thankful to all the learned speakers who spoke good things about me. The day has arrived when I have to thank this institution and all of you for the valuable contribution each one of you have made to my professional and personal life. I had neither any ambitions nor expectation that a person like me could ever be considered for judgeship. I thoroughly loved my practice as a lawyer, and I least expected to be on the other side of profession, that is on bench. But I am grateful to the Almighty for giving me this blessing of being able to contribute in some manner to this pious temple of justice. On my completion of graduation from MS University, Vadodara, I joined Law College Bhuj, and simultaneously I joined office of my father. I worked with him, did every kind of clerical work, and understood the procedure of court proceedings while pursuing law studies. My junior days of practice as a lawyer were golden because I got opportunity to settle myself in legal field because of my father's well-settled practice. My father taught me two important principles which I would like to leave for you. If you feel acceptable, please follow them. First principle is to understand the substance of matter brought before you and don't drag the litigation and get it over as early as possible, either through judgment or settlement. Second principle is the moment you win the case, approach other side lawyer for settlement and see that the matter does not travel further and peace prevails between the parties. He is my God and Godfather, and he has been my source of strength and encouragement. I am always guided by my father by the oversimplified principle that do your best and leave the rest. Following such principle and on completion of 10 years of my practice, one fine morning I was called by the then Principal District Judge, Mr. V.S. Monge. He invited me to join the bench. On such invitation, I discussed with my father and he convinced me to join the bench, provided I offered judgeship at City Civil Court, as it was non-transferable. While convincing me, he made a specific point that if you join judiciary and more particularly City Civil Court, best education to the children could be provided, and accordingly, with a view to give best education to my children, I joined judiciary on 17 February 1997, and since 12/11/2012, I am here. I soon realized that though remuneration I receive as a judge is no way comparable as earning as advocate, the job satisfaction was incomparable to all my 10 years as practicing lawyer. I soon realized that being a judge requires one to cultivate the practice of neutral approach to one and all, irrespective of caste, creed, etc., etc. I have completed 25 years as judge and have experienced sense of peace and contentment by deciding the matters true to my oath, that is without fear or favor. I do acknowledge support extended by the then Chief Justices Sri Bhaskar Bhattacharya Sahib, Justice Sri Subhas Reddy, Justice Sri Vikram Nath, and my late friend Justice T.R. Udwani. The judicial officers are flag bearers of justice delivery system. The duty of the judges is to impart justice fairly. The sincerity of the profession, irrespective of pressure, sets benchmark for the future, which enables to repose trust and faith in the judiciary. The judicial officers, while desperately chasing for the disposal, should see that justice is done. In other words, while discharging judicial duties, sitting in the court or holding lok adalat, the figures of disposal is not success. The long experience in the legal field taught me one lesson, that success is not result, not achievement, or what we get at the end, but success is in our endeavor, our intention, our approach and character that goes beyond noble things that we are trying to do. Once invested all these things, whatever result may be is already success. Please don't try to measure success by result, but when you understand success is in putting positive efforts with sole intention to do justice, it can be saying that you have upheld the constitutional value for effective dispensation of justice. In short, while resolving disputes, restore relationships wherever it is diminished, distracted, or damaged. One few lines I will quote, I have read just before some days. नियत से भगवान खुश होते हैं और दिखावे से इंसान. ये हम पर निर्भर है कि हम किसे प्रसन्न करना चाहते हैं. In my anxiety and eagerness to achieve too much in too little time, I have driven everybody beyond their limits while working as Principal Judge, City Civil Court. I thank all my brother and sister judges, learned advocates, and dedicated staff with whom I discharge my duties on administrative and judicial side at City Civil Court. I have a long career at bar and bench and seen many lawyers aspire to be judges. To them, I say that you should perform your duty with single-minded object to serve community of litigants with fair sense of justice, unadulterated by prejudice, uninfluenced by pressure from any corner, any quarter, and guided by only law. Here I place on record my appreciation for my staff at office, namely PPS, Mr. Shekhar, Mr. Satish, Mr. Manish Sompura, Mr. Hitesh, Courtmaster, Mrs. Rosie Vyas, Mr. Hemendra Barot, Mr. Girish Makwana, Mr. Dharmendra, Deputy Registrar, Mr. Vithlani, Courtkeeper, Mr. Kumpawat, my drivers, Mr. Jodhabhai and Mr. Manubhai, my Chopda, Mr. Valchand, and my peon, Mr. Naidu. All the secretaries of Honorable Chief Justice Secretariat, staff of Judges Cell, staff at residence, legal assistants, and staff of registry, who have been supportive and had to bear my temperamental outburst. They have been devoted, sincere, and hardworking, providing great service to the system and to me. I also appreciate service of staff of High Court Legal Service Committee for their able assistance provided to me while working as chairman of said committee, more particularly Mr. S.H.Vora Sahib. I would like to extend my gratitude to protocol staff who were available to serve me and my guests coming from different corner. I already have good fortune to have wonderful family, two lovely children, their spouses, my cute little granddaughter Prisha, excellent teachers and invaluable friends. I had lovely and charming periods spending with my sister and brother judges, colleagues at City Civil Court and here. I feel myself very lucky to have my bench partners, Miss Justice Nisha Thakur, Mr. Justice Anirudh Mai, Mr. Justice Sandeep Bhatt, Mr. Justice R.M. Sarin, Miss Justice Mona Bhatt, and Miss Justice S.V. Pinto. I thank them for their kind support. I am thankful to learned judges at District Judiciary who made my administrative work smooth while acting as an administrative judge of various districts. I can't forget to mention unconditional support given by my wife Kalpana and my children Jai, Rishi, and daughter-in-law Sonam and Chitra, who were always there to support me. Before I take leave, I would like to thank all the learned members of the bar who have taught me not just law, but also invaluable lesson of integrity and respect for differing point of view. All the senior and advocates, irrespective of their standing at bar, who have eased my burden as judge with able assistance and being patient when I have been unable to accommodate their matters or had to adjourn them for want of time. And more importantly, accepting the orders with smiling face when I say no. As I hang up my robes, I express my heartfelt gratitude for your kindness today and always. I bid you all an affectionate goodbye and extend warm invitation to my residents here and at Bhuj Kutch. I express my thanks once again for all your support and well wishes. You all mean great deal to me. I try to keep calmness while discharging my duties. If at all at any point of time I was harsh or pain anybody, it was only in the interest of institution and also for dispensation of justice, but not otherwise. If I have offended anybody at any point of time during my tenure here or at City Civil Court, please forgive me since it was not intentional. Michhami Dukkadam. Thank you.
ये सर्वे का ग्रैंड डॉटर प्लीज ये सर्वे का ग्रैंड डॉटर
Proceedings of the court would stand suspended for the rest of the day.